So my original background's from Iraq.
Okay. You're from
Yeah, yeah, so from
wow.
Iraq, yeah.
And when did you move to New Zealand?
2003, I believe, because we were refugees in Indonesia. We left Iraq as asylum seekers, smuggled through to other countries. So our original plan was to go to Australia,
Okay.
but that didn't happen because you have to go through Iraq, Jordan, Malaysia, and you end up in Indonesia. And then from Indonesia, you leave on the boats to Australia, which that never happened for us because we got caught and arrested and stayed in jail. Me, my mom, our brothers and sisters, and I had a younger brother who passed away there in jail. So
I'm sorry, man.
that was like, yeah, no, it's all good, man. It was crazy for what, like, we went through the whole process, and then the United Nation came. So and then they're like, oh, because the United Nation comes and accept certain families to certain countries. That's how that kind of works. And then we got accepted to America, actually. But then 9/11 happened, so they canceled the visa
Oh my
from
god.
Iraq, So it's like, yeah, and eventually, New Zealand, they said New Zealand accepted you guys. We're like, where the hell is that?
Did you guys flee Iraq, before the you know, before the
Yeah,
invasion,
yeah,
the
before
United
the
States
war, before,
invasion?
yeah, yeah, yeah. So 1998. And yeah, my mom was just like, no, there will be no future for us in Iraq, And my dad was like, oh, but things gonna, she's like, no, I'm taking the kids and I'm leaving. Either you coming or I'm going.
So your mom saw the writing on the wall and she was like, we
Yeah,
gotta get out
man.
of
She
here.
she just said we leaving.
So what was it like getting smuggled? Like what so walk me through. How did it happen?
We ended up obviously paying this guy to take us to Australia. So they had to take us to Malaysia first. And then when we got to Malaysia, that person that said, oh, they're gonna take us to Australia, took our money, robbed our money. The thing is, when you're in these places, you cannot speak the language. You cannot speak English. You can like you're like basically, deaf, silent. So you kind of like have to find your ways. But somehow we met some family there who were in the same situation as us. So we ended up staying with them. And eventually we met some other dude who took us to Indonesia. And when we got to Indonesia, there was a lot of refugees like us, that wants to leave. And some people took the risk, going onto these boats to Australia. And we were gonna go on these boats a couple of times, but my brother, man, he was just crying like crazy. So my mom was like, "No, this is a bad idea." So on the second time, that's when we got caught by the Navy, the Indonesian Navy.
Mhm.
And yeah, they put us in jail, man, 6 months. And from then they let us out because the United Nation came and whatnot, helping us out. So, but we ended up staying in Indonesia for about 3 years.
So, when you say that your family was put in jail in Indonesia, it wasn't like a traditional, like, you're going to, like, prison because you murdered someone, right? Was it a big, I guess,
It was
camp?
like a big camp. Yeah, it was a big camp. And obviously gates and everything. Like you could not just leave. You
Yeah,
can't
yeah.
get out. You're stuck there. But yeah, there was a lot of families, man. A lot of families there.
In this prison camp, were there schools or how did you
No,
occupy
no,
your
no.
time?
Three years, man. 3 years, no school.
Holy
Yeah, so like it was basically my mom was educating us. That's it, because her background was an accountant,
Oh,
so
okay.
she was just educating us as we go. I think I became so good at maths, not anymore. So it was like, yeah, that's the only thing I could study was maths.
Hey, that's good. That's a good skill to have.
Uh, yeah, yeah. When I came to New Zealand, man, it was a struggle, especially going to school. Yeah, it was very tough. I think it was one of the toughest times we've had, coming to a new place.
You've been in these prison camps and, seen terrible things and had to deal with, a lot of loss, a lot of ambiguity, all this uncertainty. You appreciate the opportunities, and it seems like you've taken advantage of it.
Daddy.